Okay, we'll quickly discuss the first, and then we'll get into the next one. Okay, so Henry Ford was born on the 30th of July. Okay, he made his first car, the quadricycle, in June 1896. Okay, month and year in June 1896. Next one, in 1903 he founded the Ford Motor Company. In 1903 he founded the Ford Motor Company. Modern mass production of cars was developed by him in 1913. Good. Modern mass production of cars was developed by him in 1913. Okay, then Ford's Model T could then be assembled. No. In. Good. So Ford's Model T could then be assembled in just 93 minutes. So in 93 minutes, exactly 93 minutes, it would have been assembled. It could be assembled. Okay. Now sixth one is a tricky one. Who can tell me? By 1927, 15 million Model T cars had been manufactured by the Ford Motor Company. By, both are by. Good, Apurva. Listen, here most of you would have written 1927. Most of you would have written in 1927. Okay, so I already told you by we use it for latest by some time. So by 1927, by the time it was 1927, 15 million Model T cars had been manufactured by the Ford Motor Company. Understood? It is not speaking about that particular year. They are not telling in 1927 15 million Model T cars had been manufactured. They are telling from the time the Ford Motor Company was created, was from then till here. So which means latest by 1927 15 million Model T cars had been manufactured by the Ford Motor Company. Do you know why I am using by there? They are not specifically asking in 1927. They are asking from the time, that is, it was born, and when was the quadricycle? In June 9, from 1896 to 1927, these many cars were being manufactured. Okay. George Washington was born in Virginia in 1732. You both in is correct. Only if it is a particular location you say at. Next one. Again, in the American Revolution War, 1775 and 1783, he was the commander-in-chief in and off. Good. Next one. Washington played an important role in the founding of the United States. Washington played an important role in the next one. He became the first president of the United States. He became the first president of the United States. Then he was president from to. Good. He was president from 1789 to 1797. Good. George Washington died. Now tell me. Yeah, at the age of 67 on the 14th of December. The capital of the United States and one federal state are named. You name a person. Say suppose a street is there. MG Road is named after Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, MG Road is named after Mahatma Gandhi. So the capital of the United States and one federal state are named after George Washington. From the examination point of view, one important thing which everybody must know is preposition, and the next important topic is subject verb agreement. Okay, I'll tell you again in 10 questions. Yesterday I would have told you that 2 to 3 questions definitely you can expect preposition. Another 2 to 3 questions you can definitely expect questions based on subject verb agreement. Subject verb agreement mainly comes in sentence correction or error spotting, and of course it comes in cloze test. Clear? So it plays a very important role on the day of your exam. Subject verb agreement as such, it is just one simple logic which you need to understand. But the problem is the complexity of the subject is what tests your knowledge when it comes to subject verb agreement. Clear? So first of all, tell me, let me give you one statement. Inba trains the students. Okay, so I hope everybody knows my name. So my name is Inba. So Inba trains the students. So tell me, what is subject here? Inba is subject, because know it, please take it down as note. Subject is that which is performing an action. Now, what is verb in the statement? Your English teacher would have definitely taught you verb is nothing but action. So it has to be train. It has to be train. See, please don't say trains. It has to be train. The word only we have to say. Train is the verb. Okay. Now, see, if at all a statement has to be correct, fine. Subject and the verb has to agree. Fine. How it agrees? It follows two rules. Very simple rules. But like I said, the complexity of these rules increases depending on the complexity of the subject. Inba trains the students. Now tell me, Inba is singular subject or plural subject? So Inba is singular. So if Inba is singular, okay, if Inba is singular, if the subject is singular, the verb, please take down the rule, the verb, main verb, train there is main verb, will have yes or es. Main verb, this is the first rule, has yes or es. Okay. Inba trains the students. Similarly, Inba teaches, T-A-C-H-E-S, teaches the students. What if I replace Inba with trainers? If the statement is trainers train the students, what would be the answer? Good. So here the subject is plural, so train will not have yes or es. Understood, everyone? Yes or no? So first is when there is a singular subject, the main verb will have yes or es. When there is a plural subject, see, earlier it was Inba, now it is trainers. So trainers train the students. Now, what if we use auxiliary verb? Yeah. So auxiliary verb or helping verb or supporting verb, all are the same. So is, was, are, were, am, and similarly the modal verbs like can, could, shall, should, may, might, all these things are auxiliary verb. So whenever an auxiliary verb comes, now tell me, Inba, okay, dash, training the students. Good. Singular subject, singular auxiliary verb. Inba is training the students. So if it is trainers, good. Trainers are training the students. Okay. Inba is training the students. Trainers are training the students. Okay, good. Then, so these are the two basic rules which everybody has to follow. So by the way, Inba is that which is performing an action. Okay. See, when I say subject, it need not be always noun. It can sometimes be pronoun also. So don't tell me the story of noun, pronoun and all. That's why I'm very particularly telling you that which is performing an action is subject. Action itself is verb. And that which is receiving the action, what is it? And that which is receiving the action, what is it? Object. So Inba trains the students. What is object in the statement? Student, because students are the one who are receiving the action. Okay, please be very careful with the definition of subject and object. Subject, that which is performing an action. Object, that which is receiving an action. Never get confused. Clear? So first rule, singular subject, main verb will have yes or es. Plural subject, main verb will not have yes or es. Then if auxiliary verbs comes into scene or comes into picture, Inba is training the student. Singular subject, singular verb is. It can be was also, or has, HAS. Okay. Similarly, if it is or do or does, accordingly, Inba does the work, she does the work, he does the work. That is nothing but singular subject is there, auxiliary verb is singular. If it is plural, okay, if it is plural, trainers are training the students. Okay, they do the work. Clear? Trainers were training the students. Trainers have trained the students. So something like that, have will come. Singular subject, main verb yes or yes. Plural subject, main verb will not have yes or yes. Auxiliary verb, when we are using singular subject, singular auxiliary verb, plural subject, plural auxiliary verb. So this is the core idea of subject verb agreement. See, if you can understand this, all the other things will automatically fall in place. Clear? One must have that particular idea, okay, imbibed into their mind. Clear? Rest of the things, say for instance, this document which I have opened, okay, so I hope everybody can see it. Now listen, so they have given some 10 rules, okay, but in my opinion, don't try to memorize these rules and all. Okay, don't try to memorize these rules and all. Just try to understand the logic which I taught you. If you are good at that logic, you don't need to worry about these rules and all. Okay, you can automatically find out, okay, fine, if it is singular subject, accordingly you will change the main verb. If it is plural subject, accordingly you will change the auxiliary verb. Fine. So don't try to understand this topic as in rule wise. Don't do it, because on the day of your exam they can twist the subject in any which way they want. So what is important is to understand the logic. Fine. If you can understand the logic, everything else will automatically fall in place. Okay. Now, just like prepositions, there are few rules, but in all these rules, you will find that the core idea remains the same. Say for instance, you see that rule number 1. Don't read that rule number 1 and all. Okay. Just see the car stays in the garage. Car. Because that is the one which is performing the action. What is the action? Stay. So since singular subject car is there, the main verb will have yes. So car stays in the garage. Okay. Similarly, the flower. The flower is singular, so we have the flower smells good. Guys, is it clear? Guys, is it clear? Okay. Now we go to the rule number 2. Again, don't try to learn it as rule number 2 and all. You just naturally, find out the subject and accordingly you can make the verb agree. One of the eggs is broken. Okay. Now, one of the eggs in this, what is subject? One of the eggs. So there are many eggs, but there is that the subject is one among those eggs. One of the eggs. So I already told you singular subject. What would be the singular auxiliary verb? Is. Okay. One of the eggs is broken. Simple as that. Are you able to understand? You don't need to understand this as rules. The rule is the same. 2 rules are there. Everything is associated with that only. Fine. Clear, everyone? Shall you do a small exercise? Hello? We go to the rule 3rd. See, rule 3rd. Remember, indefinite pronoun. Okay. See, I didn't teach you pronouns and all. Since I wanted to stick to the TCS pattern and TCS related question, I didn't go into pronouns and all. But there is something called, I hope everybody knows what is pronoun. Pronoun is nothing but words that replace noun. Okay. So there is a particular type of pronoun which is called indefinite pronoun. Is preposition in the last question? What preposition was there? The center on the basketball, yeah. Center is the position, no? The center person who is on the basketball team. The team and the center position is standing. Ankita, do you have an idea about basketball? There will be different position. So that center person position is standing on the on the basketball team. It's the person who is in the basketball team is standing center on the center. Ankita, are you with me? It's quite it is very apparent. It's the position. A person is standing on that position. Okay. I think you people are getting obsessed with things. And take it lightly, okay? Don't get too obsessed. Fine. Yeah. So there is something called indefinite pronoun. Okay. Each, someone, somebody, anyone, anybody, everyone, everybody, all these things are singular subject. Know this. Take it down. Take down as hints. Indefinite pronoun like each, someone, somebody, anyone, anybody, no one, nobody, everyone, everybody, all are singular subjects. Rule. Okay. When I say most of the news, now tell me what is news. News is singular or plural? News is singular. Everybody agrees. Okay. So what will be most of the news? News is singular. So what would be the most of the singular? So it's again singular. Rahul, most of the news. When it is singular, most of the news again singular. No. Just imagine. Most of a particular singular is still singular. Okay. So most of the news is good. See the next example, Rahul. Most of the flowers. Now tell me, flowers is singular or plural? Plural. Okay. Understood. So if suppose 10 flowers are there, when I say most of the flowers, how many flowers would be there? So there will be 6. Yeah. So again it is singular, plural. Most of the flowers again plural. So see, in the first example, most of the news is good. Next one, most of the flowers were yellow. Okay. We use the auxiliary verb, plural auxiliary verb, were. Similarly, all of the pizza. Tell me, pizza is singular or plural? Pizza is singular or plural? Singular. When I say all of the pizza, when I say all of the pizza, again it's singular. Yes or no? Yeah. So all of the pizza was gone. What if I say pizza slices? What if I say pizza slices? Plural. So what if I say all of the pizza slices? All of the pizza slices. What will I say? Good. Where? Gone. Good, Apurva. Okay. Same is the logic. All of the children. Children is singular or plural? Children is singular or plural? Children. Plural. So all of the children is again plural. So all of the children were late. Clear, everyone? Now, this is a slightly tricky one. Okay. See, when nor is used, okay, when nor is used, one is the conjunction and. When we have the conjunction and, so it is a plural subject. Okay, Bob and George are leaving. Bob and George are leaving. Now, when I say neither Bob nor George, see, after nor, the word George is there. George is singular or plural? George is singular or plural? So after nor, whatever is the subject, accordingly you will put the auxiliary verb. Neither Bob nor George is leaving. See the next statement. Neither Bob nor his friends. Nor his friends. What is friends? Singular or plural? Plural. So what will come there? Neither Bob nor his friends are leaving. Clear? So whenever this nor comes, or, even for or and nor, or and nor. Okay, or and nor. After or nor, whatever is the subject, accordingly you will put the auxiliary verb. Clear? So let's go to the next rule, which is usage of there and here. See, most of the times when you use there, students think that there is a subject. There is not a subject. Okay. So if you see, there were 5 books on the shelf. What is subject here? What is subject here? Good. Books is the one which is performing the action. Okay. So the moment you say see books, so we will have there were 5 books on the shelf. Okay. See, one important tip which I will give you, subject need not be always in the beginning. It can be sometimes in the center, it can be even at the end of the sentence. Fine. So subject need not be always in the beginning, it can be in the center, or it can be even at the end of the sentence. Okay. So there were 5 books on the shelf. Fine. Similarly, you see the next one. Here is the report you wanted. Report is singular or plural? Here. Yeah. Here are the reports you wanted. So I'm quite happy with the way you're conceiving it. Good. Yeah. So there and here, when they are asking, please don't get confused. Don't think that there and here are subject. Subject is that which is performing an action. So in the first statement, it is books. In the second statement, it is file. Okay. Now the 7th rule is collective nouns. Collective nouns is nothing but group of something. For instance, class of students, bunch of bananas, bunch of keys. Okay. All these things are collective nouns. Yeah, bunch of bananas, bunch of keys, herd of sheep, even country means. The problem with collective noun, it can either be singular or plural depending on the context. See, we have given an example here. Let's try to understand this. See, the orchestra is playing a hit song. The orchestra is playing a hit song. Okay. Now, in the first statement, the orchestra is considered as a singular subject. The orchestra is considered as a singular subject. The orchestra is playing a hit song. Fine. Now the next one, the orchestra were asked to give their musical background. The orchestra were asked to give their musical backgrounds. Now you see this word there, THEIR, that's the clue. So in the previous statement, we don't have any such word, so it becomes, it is quite apparent that orchestra is singular. So the orchestra is playing a hit song. But when we say the orchestra were asked to give their musical backgrounds, there is there. So it signifies that orchestra is plural there. So the orchestra were asked to give their musical background. Orchestra is nothing but group of musicians. When a word collective noun is given, now orchestra is a collective noun. See the context of the sentence. The orchestra is playing a hit song. Is there any thing which is signifying that orchestra is plural? No. So there the orchestra is serving as a singular subject. But see the next statement. The orchestra dash asked to give their musical backgrounds. There. So there it becomes, it is conveying that the orchestra is not singular, it is plural here. So here we will say the orchestra were asked to give their musical backgrounds. Understood now?